Best game on any current gen console. Zelda. What's your favorite Nintendo Switch game except Zelda? Zelda. Okay, seriously though, aside from Zelda, the game I've definitely put the most time into on my Switch right now is Shovel Knight. It's not exactly an exclusive game, though it does have an exclusive chapter right now, which is Spectre Knight, that is incredibly fun. I definitely recommend checking it out. If we want to talk about stuff that's exclusive to the Switch, I'd say my number one is probably Fast RMX. It's this sci-fi style racer, very much in the vein of F-Zero, something we haven't seen in quite some time. It's really simple, but a ton of fun. One other one I think that's worth throwing out there is if you don't own a PS4, definitely check out I Am Setsuna. It's better on the PS4 if you can play it there, but if not, handheld on the Switch is pretty awesome. Which upcoming game are you most hyped about? So what's actually interesting about this question for me is that a lot of the games I've been really excited for and waiting a long time for just came out in the early part of this year, like Nier Automata, Mass Effect Andromeda, and of course the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. As far as the rest of this year goes, I'd say the one title that I'm for sure psyched about is Persona 5 in just another couple weeks, but going even further past that, there are a lot of games I'm really excited for that we just don't have definitive release dates for just yet, like Red Dead Redemption 2, Death Stranding, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and just so much more. I mean, this has been a great year for games, and there's a lot of cool stuff on the horizon. Do you ever get tired of video games? And what other hobbies do you have, if so? So I don't know if I'd ever say that I've gotten tired of video games in general. I've definitely burnt out on specific genres, like I've played too many FPS or too many RPGs back to back, a more recent example being open world games, because there have been a lot of great open world games recently, but there's been a lot of great open world games recently. When I'm not playing games or making videos, I spend a lot of my time consuming media, TV, movies, books. I'd like to say that I read a lot of highbrow classics or intellectual fiction, philosophy. Not really. 9 times out of 10, it ends up being trash fantasy. And really, when I'm not playing video games, I'm just playing more traditional old school games. I love doing lots of board games with friends, different card games, and even tabletop role-playing games like D&D and other more obscure pen and paper RPGs. If you could go back in time and replay any one game for the first time, which one would it be? So this is a weird one, and I had to think about it a lot, because there's a few ways I could go with this. I could replay a game that had some kind of amazing plot twist and I want to have my mind blown all over again, or I could just replay a game I really love and have that sort of new rush feeling of experiencing it for the first time. And the conclusion I've come to is I would replay Super Mario RPG on the SNES. Not because it's one of my favorite games, but because that was the first real RPG I played, and it completely changed my perception about gaming. I had missed out on stuff like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger up until then, and it was this new experience that was so much different, and really introduced me into what is now my favorite genre of gaming.